Hi all, we all good? Okay, welcome to slimwithus.online. My name is Craig. I'm sure you've seen a couple of my videos by now, but today we want to celebrate Chinese New Year. It is Friday, it is the 12th of February, so what better way than doing prawn toast. Now this was a request, basically came from one of the ladies in the group last Tuesday, and she asked me to make some prawn toast for Chinese New Year, so here I am. Why not? So let me quickly go through the ingredients. But basically we've got a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, a quarter of a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice. We've got 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds here. I've got an egg which I will whisk up. We've got 140 grams, or it's actually just over 140 grams of wholemeal bread, but I am going to cut off the crusts to this, so that'll bring it down to 140 grams. I've got some beautiful plump prawns. These are the frozen type, so they're already cooked and obviously peeled. A clove of garlic and basically 2.5 centimeters of ginger. Now basically what I do, I don't actually use garlic and ginger and then obviously grate it, because it's a lot of hassle involved in all that. So what I've actually found is the frozen cubes you can get from the supermarkets. You can get frozen ginger, you can get frozen garlic, or you can get the frozen ginger garlic mix. So anyway, that's all minced up already for you. You don't have to worry about it. And I've also got 2 teaspoons of cornflour, just to help things along and bond things together. Okay, so what I need to do really, I need to put the prawns and the garlic into the food processor. It will be a little bit noisy, don't worry about it, it won't take too long. I just want to blend that up. Now the actual consistency is entirely up to you, but I like it a little bit smooth. Once we've done that, then we're going to obviously add the seasoning and also beat up the egg and add that in and fold it in really, and then we'll dip our bread in, sprinkle on the sesame seeds, and then just fry it lightly with a bit of fry light, and then we'll see how that turns out. My mouth is already watering, just let's crack on, shall we? Okay, 200 grams of prawns into the food processor, and also the garlic and ginger grated paste, minced paste, whatever you call it, no problem. And just you can pulse this really, because the prawns have thawed out. You just want to pulse it so it gets to a nice consistency. Lovely. I think that's about it. And if I can show you on this camera the actual consistency that I've actually got my prawns to. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so that's that. I can actually smell the ginger and the garlic in my prawns. We can take the blade out. Be a little bit careful, they are sharp, so if there's any children helping mum and dad's cook, just be a little bit careful of the blade. Now that I've put the prawns in the food processor with the garlic and the ginger, what I need to do is beat up the egg. Good stuff. And then let me get my spatula. I should have my spatula in here somewhere. I actually just bung everything into one drawer, so it's a little bit confusing. I do need to tend to look a little bit deeper for stuff. Okay, you just need to whisk this lightly. As though you're going to do a scrambled egg, I suppose. Let me put that in. And then I'm going to add in the salt, the Chinese 5-spice, and the cornflour. Just sprinkle that around. Lovely. Ooh, making a bit of a mess. Never mind. Okay, let's get this all together. And then once it's all mixed, Chinese New Year. So I believe this year is the year of the ox. So what I'm going to do later on is do an oxtail soup. So that'll be covered in another video. Just get all that in. Lovely, that's mixed nice. And what I'm going to do now is just pour all this in. And then mix that around. I'm using the same pot, it's up to you. You can use a bowl if you wanted to, but I'm not too worried about using the same pot. There's nothing wrong with this, and I suppose it saves on you washing up. Okay, so let's get that there. Let me wipe up this little bit of corn flour I spilt. I want to get this off because what I want to do is now cut up the prawn toast into, I suppose, triangles. That's what you get it in the Chinese shops, I think. So, heavy knife, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut off the actual crusts. Just to, you can leave them on. There's nothing wrong with leaving them on. I always said crusts would give you curly hair, or puts hairs on your chest. But the recipe online says to cut them off. So let's go back over to this small can, and basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut them into triangles just like that, and then when the mixture's in here, I'm just going to dip it all in. So I've got a bowl ready to just dip things in. Ideal. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some nice triangles, which is brilliant. Okay, so this is the part where we've actually got the sesame seeds, and we've got our mixture, which is lovely. Now there's two ways of actually doing this. You can either put your bread in like this. Let's do it in stages, is probably better. And really need to just, as though you're spreading this around and butter it on type of thing. You will get little bits falling off into the bowl, but don't worry, we can gather that up. And nice, and reuse it. It's not going to go to waste, don't worry. Just spread that around like that. Obviously, if you've got more of this mixture left over, you can just carry on making more, as long as you've got some bread to hand. You want to really get it as much over the bread as possible, so that the sesame seeds do actually stick to it. Let's get this one, get some in the corners. I don't know if you can see on the camera, I'm trying to get all the mixture from the bottom and just spread this to the corners of the bread. Don't be afraid to get your fingers in there as well. Just put that one right there. Try and fit them all in, and then I will sprinkle on the sesame seeds and try and push them in while this mixture is nice and wet. Now, I will show you this bowl in a minute, but we've got a lot of liquid at the bottom, so, and that's all flavour. I don't want the bread to be too soggy, but I do want the sesame seeds to stick. So if I have to, I will sprinkle. Probably better to get our hands in there. Nice. Okay, right. And then get the last one. Okay, so that's one side. Let's get our sesame seeds and basically sprinkle all over as best you can. They're sticking quite well actually. Now tap these down with your hands just to get the sesame seeds to stick. Same with this one. Let's get a little bit more sesame seeds on here and pat them down. Okay, a little bit messy, but just as they are, they smell lovely. Good, they're patted down nice. Now what I'm going to do is turn them around and basically do the same again on the other side. Now, you don't have to do them double-sided, but I've got enough of the prawn mixture left to do it, so why not? Put that over there. Let's put the prawn first and then I can worry about the actual sesame seeds later. This is the first time I've done this, so I will be interested in seeing how this turns out and tastes, but from what I can see at the moment, they're going to be cracking. This is just home cooking. If any of you wondered, by the way, this is my kitchen. I am at home when I do these programs, and I've got a couple of camcorders. I got one above the cooker, what I call cooker cam. There's one here, there's one directly in front, that's the main camera, and then there's one to the side so you can see the back of me. Nice, okay, good, okay, I think I'm happy with that. So, let me just rinse my hands a minute, because I want to get some more sesame seeds out. I want to sprinkle some over there. Good. Excellent. Okay. So, let's fire up the pan. We just need a little bit of fry light for each of them. I'm only going to do 2 at a time, because I don't want to overcrowd the pan. I want to do these quite nicely, and I'm going to gently lay them down, so really protecting the prawn mixture. Go down like that. And basically what we're looking for is obviously the prawn toast, the actual sesame seeds on the prawn toast to get a little bit golden. And like I said, these prawns are already cooked in the supermarket. They did come in frozen, so you only really need to warm the actual prawns through, so don't worry about the prawns themselves. Okay, lovely, looking along beautiful. Flip them over gently. And they can go a couple of minutes either side. Looks lovely. We want these golden brown. that's good. Take this one out. I'll get a couple more in there. Just a couple of minutes either side, just to brown off the sesame seeds. Nice and gently. Okay, on there, turn this off. Okay, there's the prawn toast. And they look lovely, in all fairness. But what I would do now is just let these cool. As they cool, they will stiffen up and get just like the prawn toast you get from the Chinese takeaway. Okay, once these cooled, I'll try them and I'll let you know how it is. Okay, hi everyone, welcome back to slimwithus.online, and this is our prawn toast. It's been cooling for about 10 minutes, roughly. It's given me a chance to do the dishes and tidy up a little bit for the next one. So let's give it a go. Let's see what it's like. Oh yeah, it's good. Very good. Now, it could be a little bit firmer. Maybe, I don't know, put on a lower heat for a little bit longer. Or another thing I'm thinking of is if you toast the bread first, and that will make it a little bit crunchier as well. But the actual flavours, brilliant. Yeah, that right. Does taste like prawn toast, just like you get from the Chinese. So, I hope you enjoyed that video, and seriously, it's well worth giving it a go, because that's homemade prawn toast, just like you get in the Chinese takeaway. So, until the next video, see you later. Ciao.